I think it was very impressive, but when you actually get into the car and drive through that course, you really understand how difficult it is. And I think it was well set up and intelligently set up, because it actually showcased what the car can do. So in that sense, I think it was tailor-made for the car itself. But I mean that in a positive way. I don't mean that it was set up just so that the car could handle it, but it showed what the car could really do, which is quite a lot.
Volkswagen's events have generally been extremely well organized, and this one is no exception to that. But let's start with the obstacle course today. I have driven courses like this in the past, but I have to say that I've never driven a vehicle as large as the Toreq on a course like this, and I think it was really impressive to see what the vehicle was going through. And despite having done this before, we did have our hearts in our mouths multiple numbers of times, even on the second, third, fourth lap. So that's amazing. The drive from Nagpur airport to the venue itself was very interesting, because it did a mix of urban roads and traffic signals and all of that, and bad highways, and through all of that I thought the Toreq was an exceptionally smooth, comfortable SUV.
When we walked in and looked at the course, it didn't really look that difficult. But then you saw that first demonstration lap and you went, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than you anticipate. But once you get inside the Toreq, you realize that the vehicle does half the work for you. So it's really, really comfortable, and you can actually have fun with the obstacle course and learn how to take your car off-road rather than worrying about, crashing something or smashing something or breaking something. So overall, very interesting experience for me. I've done some, how do I say this, more basic off-roading with more rugged off-roaders before, but with something this luxurious the first time, and it was quite an eye-opener.
Very nice experience with the all-new Toreq, particularly the engine, gearbox, very impressive. Has a great range of abilities from, just getting going really quickly to cruising in a very effortless manner. Gearbox especially very good, I thought. On the ride and handling front, I thought ride definitely a strong point here, has that sense of comfort and just taking it easy in that sense. Good fun. The obstacle course, very nice and challenging. Really brought out the fun aspect of driving on in situations like that, and really good fun overall.
It's actually wonderful coming to Pench for a drive like the Volkswagen Touareg, to drive the new Touareg. Pench is something that's always been close to my heart because of the wildlife that exists in these forests. We don't have pristine forests like this anymore, and it's great that Volkswagen brought us here. We also got to experience all the off-roading capabilities of the car on a specially designed course by all the colleagues who came from Germany. I think they did an incredible job in putting up the entire course. They demonstrated the off-roading abilities of the vehicle, how it's got amongst the highest ground clearances of any SUV, how the approach and departure angles are very good, and also the fact that the entire engine and gearbox combination is set up so well that you are able to negotiate obstacles in complete control.
So very often we of course go for all of these drives, and very often you come away with a sense of either not having enough time with the vehicle, or perhaps thinking that it's all been a little bit cliched and been there, done that kind of a feeling. I think the good thing this time is that it's definitely a very different experience. It's one that's going to stay with us, and it's not just that it's the place, it's also the way that we got to spend time with the vehicle. Again, even off-road tracks, sometimes they look like obstacle courses. They have a very set up, very clinical sort of a feel. Here it was nice that it was out in the wilderness. It was set up specially for this particular event, and I think you really got a sense of the capability of the vehicle without really having to sort of do any sort of theatrics. I think that was what was nice. It was all about just getting there, getting behind the wheel, and just experiencing it. And for me, it was an added advantage that I also got a chance to drive the Toreq right through the national park. As far as the overall experience coming here to Pench, going to the national park, and also the chance, like I said, to get a little bit extra time with the car, I think that's been the big bonus for me. We got a chance to see the leopard, which is always considered lucky, I think, but really different experience. I think the fact that we've come away with a sense of having not just got to know the new vehicle better, but also take back a little bit of an experience that we're going to remember. I think that's a good thing. And finally, I think that's what really will stay with me about the event too. I do remember thinking at the end of the Jetta drive that, it was a well-conducted drive, it was a nice location, really great from a camera point of view as well. I think that's the kind of feeling I'm going to take back from here as well. And what I can tell you is that I can't wait to go back and look at the footage, because I think we're going to have some pretty good shots.
Well, out here for the 2012 Toreq Drive in Pench, it's been a good experience. I have to say that the off-road track that was set up was more than I had expected, considering what I've seen in the past. And there were definitely a lot of challenges tossed in there, including the half pipe, as well as, I don't know what you call it, but where we got the vehicle to rock onto two wheels. And I feel that any event that gives you an experience where you walk away that you've learned something new is definitely an event worth cherishing.